tribal conflicts there. This is a heavily militarized area, which is really big in size as well. So there are fears that the fighting in these areas could even further destabilize the Sahel region in that area. So there are fears that after this announcement things could go worse. Katina Niebelter talking to us from Ethiopia. Thank you.
And the time in Nigeria, just like in London, is 38 minutes past the hour of 5 in the morning. Now, there's been a rush to stock up there on the fuel that's in Nigeria in anticipation of a sharp rise in prices of oil-related products. And this is after the newly elected President Bola Tinubu announced a plan to scrap fuel subsidies in order to reduce government spending. So, how is all this being taken by people there? We're joined by our business reporter Nkechi Ogbona from Lagos. Morning to you, Nkechi. Are prices already rising?
Morning. Prices have skyrocketed in the last 24 to 48 hours. I tell you, normally the price of fuel, the government said price was about 40 cents per liter, but we have seen reports that some fuel stations are selling as high as $1.30 a liter, almost 300% increase.
So what are people across Nigeria saying about all this? People must be upset.
I've gone around fuel stations in the city of Lagos, the commercial capital, and I tell you, there is anger, there is frustration, people are fighting, struggling just to get fuel. The queues are so long. I spoke to some people, commuters, who say they've been on those queues for up to 6-7 hours, and there's not even close to the fuel station enough to get fuel.
And why is the government scrapping fuel subsidies?
And so annually the government said it spends about $12 billion on fuel subsidies, and that this money eaten into the coffers of the nation's reserve. And so this year alone, the outgone President Buhari-led administration budgeted only $7.5 billion for subsidies for January to June this year, and so there is no budget for it for the rest of the year, 2023. And so the incoming President Tinubu said he did not see any budgetary allocation for subsidies for the remaining half of the year, and so subsidy had to be removed, and that's what the repercussion of what we're seeing right now.
These subsidies are meant to insulate vulnerable people from hardship. How does the government plan to support the poor and vulnerable then?
Well, at the moment, the new President Tinubu has not issued measures, to help alleviate the plight of vulnerable groups. But we do know that the President Buhari's administration, at the point where they had planned to remove subsidies in April, had received an $800 million grant from the World Bank that was meant to alleviate the plight of people who were classified as the vulnerable groups in Nigerian society. And so we do not know if this new government would begin to administer such funds to those vulnerable groups. But at the moment, there are still no measures yet in place, and people still depend on public mass transit to commute to work, and so the cost of transportation, cost of living, food inflation, all of this, all the ripple effects that we are going to see, and prices have begun to skyrocket, even of commodity prices as well.
Tough start under the new administration. Nkechi Ogbona, our business reporter in Lagos, many thanks.
Now, think about the conflict shaking our world.